The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 3, Chapter 66. Ahoge. What does that mean again? Yeah! Firo attacks first. She jumps up with all her might and reaches the belly of Vittoria's gigantic figure. Quick! Vittoria flaps her wings and dodges swiftly. Ha! While Firo was landing back on the ground, Vittoria slices at her with a wing. Oops! Firo barely avoids the wing by diving to the side. Firo-chan, do your best! Melty loudly cheers her on. Grrrr! The Firo Real similarly support Vittoria with their cries. I will not lose! Firo charges up to Vittoria. Quay! Vittoria tries to bat Firo away using her wings, but Firo dexterously uses the wing as a scaffold and jumps up for her face. Wow, amazing! Firo's attack unfortunately ends in failure, but she calls out in admiration. Very fast, but I won't lose. After taking a stance with her wings, Firo begins preparing. Are you going to suddenly use your special ability? Yay! Here it comes! Firo's body becomes a blur. In the next moment, a loud wham could be heard. Click! In the distance, it seems Vittoria was slowly waving her wings up and down. Wah! Firo was blown into the air and knocked around. After being forced to expand her wings to control the airflow, Firo lands. To think you would dodge Firo's trump card so easily. Quick! Vittoria pulls that one of her wings on her waist and taunts Firo's. Puts one of her... Right. To act in such a carefree attitude. Amazing. Brushing off Firo's ultimate attack just like that. As expected of the legendary Firo Real, Melty expresses her admiration. I agree. What can I say? Our combat expert Firo is being toyed with. How about this? Firo flaps her wings again. Firo commands the origin of power. Firo has read and deciphered a law of nature. Blow her away with a raging tornado. Souffle tornado! What? To think Firo could use an intermediate magic. I doubt she could teach me. If you could have always used it, then you should have. We could have ran away from those heroes easily if that spell was used. The tornado brought from Firo's hand flies toward Vittoria. Quick! Firo's magic was enclosed and dissipated like it was never there. Counterbalance? Oh, that's a phenomenon that was described in the beginner class magic book, interfering with magic. However, that is only possible if the user has sufficient power and is able to analyze the magic as it is cast. And the proper magic system required varies every time. It is difficult because the magic cast to counterbalance must be from the proper system, and also must be cast right before the magic hits. It is easier to counterbalance high-class magic than intermediate-class magic due to longer cast times. Wow, Firo's magic is not effective either. Firo charges rapidly Vittoria again. Without delay, Vittoria strikes at Firo with her massive wings. Ha! With a thud, Firo raised both her wings to catch the colossal attack. It's heavy, but... After barely withstanding the attack, Firo kicks Vittoria's wings away and jumps. As expected, Vittoria, who had her wing kicked away, was not in a position to defend against Firo, who flew up to her face. Thanks to coating herself with the wind, Firo's jumping power improved. Te! Firo spun her whole body and unleashed a roundhouse kick at Vittoria's face. It should have hit, yet despite all that, Quay! Vittoria was also coated with wind, and Firo was blown off into the sky. Psa! Still, Vittoria was slightly grazed and a feather was hit off. Quay! Vittoria was watching the feather that Firo hit down with a smile. I noticed it. Vittoria still has something besides magic and physical attacks. There is still something she is hiding. She hasn't moved one step either. Just how strong is she? Legendary Firo Real. She certainly lives up to those words. Firo is being taken lightly. She has absolutely no chance of winning. Boo. Firo is whining with an ill-humored expression. I will not lose! All of Firo's feathers start to stand on end. See. She takes a giant breath. I see. Firo is absorbing the surrounding magic. Such a thing is possible? And for nearly 30 seconds she does not move. Okay. Firo flaps her wings. Everyone can see that wind magic is being condensed behind her. This is most likely Firo's strongest finisher. The prerequisite is too severe. It is not usable in actual combat. Here it comes! Firo flies at Vittoria with the speed of a bullet. She rotates her back by dashing off the ground and flying low. This attack is the fastest by far. Usually Firo's attacks consist of basic kicking and pecking. What can I say? This attack resembles the finisher form of an airplane-shaped robot in a strategy game. Quick! Even if Vittoria widened her eyes in surprise. With a large step, Vittoria takes a step back, and it was over. Vittoria stretched both her wings and her expression changed. Her posture resembled one killing bugs with both hands and squishes Firo. And Vittoria opens her wings and knocked out Firo falls down. Firo-chan! Gwaa! The Firo Real start cheering. We follow after Melty, who rushes out first. Are you okay? Yep. As Melty rushes up to Firo to check on her, Firo looks up at me. After looking around restlessly, I look down at her. Firo lost. But you did great. You fought well against the Queen of Fiordials. She wasn't even trying. Fito couldn't hit her at all. As Fito was sulking, Vittoria called with Qui. What are you giving me? Oh, we're about to receive something? Qui. I pass? Pass what? Vittoria pulls out a single piece of her beautiful feather crown and gives it to Fito. Suddenly the feather glows and attaches itself to Fito's head. Then it splits and disperses. On Fito's head is now an ahoge bouncing around. Oh, that's the like if there's it's an anime trope or just a character trope where they're like playful and fun if they have one little hair sticking out and bouncing around on the top of your head. That's what that is. Natalia and I are left speechless. What just happened? Was that a reward? Eh? Fito-chan is so cute! Melty is excitedly admiring Fito while the bird in question doesn't understand what is going on. Did something happen? When I point on top of her, Fito timidly touches her head. Something strange grew. No! Buchin. Eh? She yanked it out with all her might. It hurts! Fito is delighted about getting rid of the ahoge, but is also in pain. Pyokon! However, from where it was pulled out, another ahoge appears. It grew again! Eh? With watery eyes, Fito sadly gave up on removing the ahoge after pulling it out several times. Well, the ahoge isn't that bad. Qui. You're terrible! What did she say? Give up on pulling it out because it will always grow back. Qui. So it became like that? Fito looks at Vittoria's feather crown. What on earth did this legendary Fiordial pass down to Fito? I swiftly checked Fito's status screen. Her abilities have improved from before. Perhaps this is divine protection, or something like a correction ability. It's a good reward for Fito, who is unable to level up. Qui. Vittoria points at me and beckons with a qui. It's a gift for Master. I don't need an ahoge. Ahoge? I'd rather not explain. If I tell her, she'll annoy me about it. Qui. She said it's even better. I don't know what it is, but I hope it's nothing strange. I can't really refuse, so I approach. Qui. Vittoria points at my shield and gestures upwards. Like this? I lift up my shield. Vittoria puts on another crown feather and puts it on the shield. The shield is a huge reaction and absorbs it. All the Fiordial series has been unsealed. What? I checked the skill tree and confirmed that all of the Fiordial shields are lit up and active. Most of them are basic ability and equipment bonuses. There are speed-ups, too. Fiordial ability correction, growth correction, big, middle, small. Growth correction, big, middle, small. It's got like 2 dots to it, though, so it's better. There are also shields received that I cannot wear. What stands out is riding ability up, big, middle, small. However, there are also a lot of shields that I cannot use since my level is insufficient. It is nice to have unlocked all the Fiordial shields, though. I am extremely grateful. Qui. Vittoria nodded while smiling. I was given quite an amazing reward. Are the powers of Fiordials condensed into that feather? This is also very helpful since Fito cannot level. That reminds me, Melty said the legends the Queen of Fiordials fought together with heroes. Is Vittoria the origin of the legend of the Holy Bird? Does that mean Vittoria gave me her feather because she understands how the hero's weapon works? Qui. I finished my business here, so I will take my leave. Melty timidly calls out to Vittoria. Qui? Please shake my hand. It is Melty's cherished wish to meet and befriend the legendary Fiordial, so she pleads excitedly. For a handshake. Are you meeting an idol or an athlete? Qui. Vittoria was dumbfounded for a few seconds before she shrugged Melty's hand with her large wings, and she was embraced kindly with a smile. Melty sunk quite deep into Vittoria's bosom. Wow. It seems Melty has also received a large service and was placed on top of Vittoria's head. So hi! Melty is extremely thrilled. Vittoria tells us to go back, and as we fall back, she expands to twice her size, 18 meters. That's as big as a building already. This is amazing! Melty's voice could be heard in the distance. Isn't that a bit too high? Can this still be considered a Fiordial? Just how much can it grow? No, this form, or its 9-meter form, should be its original size. She's probably transforming. Will Fito become that big too? I look up at Fito suspiciously. What's that? Nothing. If you seriously grow that big, it would be quite a problem. To sustain that size, the food expense would be astronomical. Vittoria lives in the wild, moreover, she's the genuine queen of the group. In those conditions, eating regardless of amount will be fine. But Fito is a pet Fiordial. I have to take care of her. Should I reuse the bioplants? After Melty and Vittoria finished playing, Vittoria changed back into a form of usual Fiordial that pulled a luxurious carriage and shook Melty's hand. Melts? You see, I have an old oath. I can only say words of parting to humans. I see. I wonder if it's just a courtesy. See ya. That voice is the same as Fido's, that bird. I mean, she can even speak in the figure of a normal Fiorial. The Fiorials surrounding us scattered when Fioria disappeared. Was it always Fioria? It may have always been Fioria. Hold on a second. Have I been saying Fitoria when it's Fioria? No, that says Fitoria. Okay. So one of these has got to be a mistake. It's probably Fitoria. Could be Fioria. Where are we though? Scattered, right? Ha. Melty sighed while seemingly enchanted. That was dreamlike. It was a good dream. I feel that was a monster that is capable of Armageddon. To effortlessly toy with Fido, who has the strength to kick around a dragon. Anyway, I'm looking forward to how much Fido is powered up. Our journey southwest continues. Yay! So they mention a thing and then they meet the thing. Yay! Storytelling!